40 powerful historical images that will leave you speechless. A young French girl looks thoughtful on a beach in France in 1920, surrounded by people lounging in deck chairs. An indigenous man from the Sophia tribe wears a mask for traditional religious practices in Western Africa in 1931. A young girl posing for a photo with her chicken circa 1900, capturing a moment of childhood innocence. An American girl sunbathing topless on a beach in New Jersey in the 1940s shows the lifeguard why she misunderstood the sign, which was meant for men, and is then forced to wear a t-shirt. A legendary photograph of American gunslinger Billy the Kid in 1877, dressed in a top hat, playing cards with members of his gang. Marie Curie, the Polish physicist and chemist who was naturalized French, is photographed in her Paris laboratory in 1910. She made history as the first woman to win the Nobel Prize and the first person to win it twice in 2 different scientific fields. A young call girl poses for a photo with a glass of bourbon whiskey in New Orleans around 1912, capturing the glamour of the era. A group of people gathered around a man with a barrel organ in Praça da República, São Paulo, in 1910, highlighting the street performance culture of the time. The American hunter, known for his hunting prowess and brutality with Indian warriors, sits in a chair he made himself for U.S. President Andrew Johnson. Photographed in 1865, Douglas Fairbanks, the American actor considered one of the best in cinema history, is seen with French actress Brigitte Bardot on a beach in Cannes during the International Film Festival in the 1950s. A young girl named Hello Pinheiro on Ipanema Beach in March 1960, 2 years before she would be immortalized in the song Garota de Ipanema by Vinicius de Moraes and Tom Jobim, bringing Rio's Bohemia to the world. English enthusiasts of fancy dress automobiles at a motor show in Liverpool in 1907, highlighting early car designs that were mostly open and needed clothing to protect from the wind and dust on dirt roads. American bathers escorted by police officers off a Chicago beach in 1922, arrested for showing their legs in one-piece bathing suits, which were banned in many parts of the US during the 1920s. An erotic photograph taken in a French studio in Paris in 1928, run by the Medeiros brothers, capturing the allure of the time. A woman in a sedan chair in Bahia, Brazil in 1860, carried by barefoot slaves, presenting a somber scene reflecting the harsh realities of the era. Lillian Todd, a self-taught inventor, poses beside the aircraft she designed and built in 1910, becoming the first woman to design and create her own plane. The Minas Gerais military of Belo Horizonte during the 1930 revolution, a crucial moment that led to the fall of the Old Republic and the rise of the Vargas era, which lasted until 1945. Victorian women in 1885, with their hair uncut, reflecting the cultural norm of the time where a woman's hair was a symbol of status and femininity. A group of young French women poses around a swing on a beach in France during the 1930s, capturing the playful elegance of the era. A German woman feeding a shoebill stork, hidden in an underground toilet at the Berlin Zoo in 1945, following the bombings of World War II. A Parisian couple posing for a photo with an ostrich at the Paris Zoo in 1910, capturing an unusual moment of leisure. A German immigrant family on the island around 1900, about to embark on their journey to New York in pursuit of the American dream. Gold laundering by slaves on a farm in Minas Gerais in 1880, depicting the harsh and hidden labor involved in the region's gold trade. A native of Papua New Guinea walks a wounded Australian soldier to his base during the Allied Battle of Bonadona against the Japanese in 1942. During World War II, a young African-American girl in a one-piece bathing suit reclines on a large rock by the sea in the 1950s, evoking a moment of summer tranquility. Maria Bonita, wife of the infamous Brazilian outlaw Lampião, poses for Lebanese photographer Benjamin Abraham with her 2 dogs in 1936, showcasing her defiant grace. German women cleaning up the rubble of bombed-out buildings in Berlin in 1945 after the end of World War II, embodying the spirit of rebuilding. A German general on the right, commanding the 148th German Division, presents the surrender of his troops to Brazilian General Zenobio da Costa in Italy during World War II. Date unknown. A young American girl in a bathing suit, Ava Friedel, is presented with a first-place trophy at the Miss Washington Beauty Contest in 1922, a proud moment in her life. A Chinese woman being taken to her wedding with a basket on her head to keep her appearance hidden from her future husband in 1911, as per traditional customs. A 70-year-old English lady, believed to be the only blacksmith in England at the time, shoes a horse outside a forge with her husband in the 1930s. Ruth Mal Consul, winner of Miss America in 1924 at the age of 18, stands proudly holding her crown after winning the title. A man using an amplifier of sound to hear the approach of aircraft in Washington in 1921, an early form of air defense technology. The head of Christ the Redeemer lies on the ground in São Gonçalo, waiting to be transported and assembled as part of the iconic statue in Rio de Janeiro in 1931. German theoretical physicist Albert Einstein gives a lecture on relativity at a historically black university in Pennsylvania in 1946, sharing his groundbreaking ideas with the next generation. A worker with a knife sharpener in Rio de Janeiro in 1899, providing a necessary service in the bustling city. A family of Burmese tourists receiving instructions from a police officer in London in 1935, a moment of cultural exchange during their visit. If you like the video, be sure to hit the like button. Let us know which photo you like the most by commenting. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos and easy viewing. Make sure to follow our Facebook page as well. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.